So now with this all information about how good it is and how it encompasses all the multidisciplines into one domain, there is one negative side about it, which even I would like to speak about is
That's good. Thank you.
sometimes it may be looked upon as jack of all, master of none, because you are studying too many subjects but nothing you can say thoroughly, because though you are doing coding, you don't know basics of coding, so you're not studying subjects like data structures, algorithms, analysis of algorithms, which a computer engineer needs to do. You are doing electronics, but you are focusing on electronics which are required for you, so for the medical instruments part. So I feel very bad to say about this, but then that's the truth. Even we, I mean, when we were graduating or when we graduated and we looked upon what skill sets we have earned as engineering graduates, there are these loopholes, or there are these some of the, I'll say, drawbacks or some points wherein individually student needs to work upon. Because as a big field in itself, and AICT norms of having so and so credits only. And I have been a part of syllabus revision committees also. And day by day, AICTE wants to dilute this, syllabus. They are reducing on the credits. And there are so many subjects which a person actually needs to study, but we cannot fit in those subjects in those credit limits that the norms are provided. Of course, the reason behind that is also students, academic load should reduce, and they should practically, work upon, they should do internships and all. But simultaneously, what happens, other fields of engineering, there, the upgradation so happens that the previous technologies have completely vanished and new technologies are, coming over. When new language comes, it's okay if you don't learn the previous coding language and you adapt to the new language. However, in biomedical, you cannot get rid of the old things because that forms your basics. And then you need to do those also. And you have to equip your kids. I mean, when we are setting the syllabus, you need to upgrade those undergraduates so that they're industry ready. So we have to introduce them to those subjects also. It shouldn't happen that they don't even know about those terminologies. So there comes a challenge wherein in when colleges are offering the syllabus, they have to offer a a bit of everything. But student has to choose that what his real calling is. So if his calling is in imaging, then they might do something more about that. There are too many open source courses that are available. Faculty industry interaction is also increased after these new college norms and everything. So that is why, students also have to take more pain. So our students in our college, we have seen that whatever summer break they get, they go to the hospitals to do internships. Or some of them, initially when I did this course, we had 6 months industry internship, wherein 6 months we only worked in industry in a company. We did not have any subject. But later on, again, we couldn't incorporate that thing in syllabus. So we couldn't continue with the system, unfortunately, because that was the way in which I learned a lot more than what I learned in my college. But yeah, that is how it is. You have to, if you are following, there would be some universities, I think in South, they still have this opportunity that the students can do the internship. And now with AICT's new norms, internships are compulsory with NEP, and AICT has given new norms that internship is compulsory for all the branches now. Okay. But earlier it used to be a part of syllabus. Now it will be additional credits for the internship. So you have to use your summer vacation time to do the summer schools or internships or some. Yes.
Yes. So we have a couple of questions, Purva, on this. Ruturaj has a question. Yeah, he's asking, many trades in one course. Does this also make a difficult course to pursue compared to other branches? Maybe because it's bulky, you have to study a lot.
Yes.
Because without having the background of a specific subject, these students are asked to apply it directly.
Yeah, so I would like to take up this question now. It is not a difficult course because partly, as I said, in the second and third year, third and fourth semester, so that's the whole second year, all their basics and whatever are the required things are made clear. So, though, as I said, they do not know, they may not be knowing VLSI, which is a very large scale integrated circuit. It's a subject which is very advanced subject, but they do know some of the basic requirements of there is a subject which we call it as EDC, that is the basic electrical devices and electronic circuits. So their basics are clear, definitely. And programming specifically, I think when I mentioned that they don't know data structures, still they have to code. I think this question would be related to that. But the coding that these people do is more of the application oriented, wherein image processing techniques. So nowadays we know that Instagram has so many filters, but there would be a code behind that, how to incorporate those filters. So that coding is something which these engineers do. And though some of the structures or some of the subjects they may not know, when they're learning the code or when they're learning the maybe image processing course per se, the labs are designed in a way that we start from very basic and we teach them all those things which are necessary in the labs itself. And this ultimately start learning that by doing things automatically.
Yeah, so it's
So
industry specific.
it is industry specific, yes. And it is definitely not a difficult course per se, uh, partly because nowadays the syllabus is, as I said, a lot diluted, and more focus is given to the application part of it rather than the theories part of it. So as now, as I said, ki biomedical engineering would, in medical imaging there would be MRI, but now in laboratory hospital the colleges cannot have MRI machine. So what we do is we directly go to the hospitals. So we have tie-ups with the hospitals and we learn the theory in the lecture and we see the demonstrations in the hospitals. So that is how usually these subjects are done.
Really
There
interesting.
is another,
There is
yeah,
one
there is
more
another
question.
yeah.
Can they do a special course on the side to fill this gap? Let's say learn a programming language in AI or something that aligns with the course. Can you suggest certificate courses that would help?
So specifically for AI and coding, I would say that already engineering colleges have incorporated Python in their syllabus, all the engineering colleges now. And I think even the schools have done that. Many schools are already doing that. Parents are taking extra efforts. But even from colleges side, earlier there used to be C++ in basic languages that we used to learn back then in first year of engineering. Now kids learn Python. So it's not required to do certification course when you are beginning with this, but as and when you started doing you started already doing your course, and now you find that this is something that you find that you're more interested in, but your syllabus does not cover it, then so maybe sensors, which is what I talked about. Biomedical sensors is what the syllabus already covers. But you are more interested, you learn sensors, you find it appealing. So now you are more interested in IoT. At that time, you can go back to, NPTEL, SWAYAM, and then you can do those courses. That would be better rather than earlier assuming something and doing those courses.
Interesting. That's a really good perspective, Purva. So, Purva, now with all the knowledge, with all the information that you have provided, I think everyone is, say, industry ready. You know, they have taken the right education. Tell us something. What is the current market scenario? How does it look like? I mean, say, for example, these parents today here, these kids here, they want to study this, they studied this, and they are out in the market. Are there job opportunities available? What is the scenario
So,
like in
yeah.
India and abroad?
Abroad, right? So as anyone would guess, healthcare industry is the one which will never die. which will never be in low demand, because definitely, I mean, doctors, everybody wants to
COVID
improve
taught
their
us
health.
that.
Yes.
It's a sad reality, but yes.
But there is another sad reality that in India, uh, the demand for biomedical engineering graduates is very less. Everybody, so from what I can tell you about my last 10, 11 years of experience, all my students do get placed. Definitely. It's not that a person who wants to do a job, does not want to do higher studies, wants to do a job, and he's not getting a job. That has never happened. I have never seen this in last 11 years of my career. But they come to a point wherein their peers who are graduating from computer engineering stream have bagged a package of 6 lakhs, whereas these kids are getting a package of 2 lakhs. That is the problem. But then again, there comes a point wherein those computer engineering graduates are saturated. They don't want to do that thing anymore. And the biomedical engineering graduate who started with 2 lakhs as a service engineer, then goes into sales, marketing, and then he's a product developer. And he has so many contacts. His job is to literally roam around the world to develop, to come up with a new product or a new strategy wherein he can grow the market. And ultimately, the peaks that they are getting, their ultimate package that they come up with is quite high. But you know, the mentality of that 21-year-old kid that I have also learned 30, 40 subjects. My colleague has also learned 30, 40 subjects. He is getting so much salary. He is, getting that job. And initially, so there are few places wherein these biomedical engineers start their journey with. One thing is service engineer, wherein literally you have to go to the labs, hospitals, and repair the down machine. So whichever machine is not working, you have to rectify the mistake. You have to provide preventive maintenance. Now again, it is how you take it. The college where I work, unfortunately, the students take it that it's way below their, status. Whereas from where I graduated, for me, this was a dream job. I would have loved to go to a hospital and repair the thing. So again, it's as per what you feel. I shouldn't generalize and say this because there are some of my students who are doing this and enjoying it also. But yeah, this is the overall mentality these days that I have, at least last few years that I'm seeing. Another opportunity is in sales. You have to start with sales. Ultimately, you can go towards marketing. Another field which is interesting is something called as application specialist, wherein you can train the users. It could be pre-sale or it could be post-sale, how to use your machine. Then R&D is there, but unfortunately, it's not there in India so much. So biomedical R&Ds, there are very few companies that are doing R&D, which is in India. Some of the companies are pure instrumentation-based companies, and they would in that case prefer electronics engineering because their electronics knowledge is much more than the pure biomedical engineering. So biomedical engineering is an application course. It's not a core course. So as I told you about the drawback of this course, there is no one subject which you are really, from root you are specialized in. So electronics person, that they can or they would have sufficient knowledge to work in an R&D even as a fresher, which biomedical engineers may have, but they would not be trusted upon looking at the syllabus. So that's one drawback. Outside India, though, the market is tremendously good. Many of our students do masters, they do MS, and immediately they get one more field that I completely skipped talking about is nowadays the regulatory affairs. So the quality assurance, QA, QC, quality check, and regulatory. These are upcoming fields. So after engineering, there is a opportunity that you can get ISO certification done. So regulatory affairs there is some basic certification, and you can even go into that stream wherein quality assurance and quality check would be done. So that's one field wherein our students these days are enjoying that particular stream. But outside India, yes, there is demand in QA also, the quality also, regulatory affairs, R&D, and research, because many universities that have biomedical engineering, they have in-house research facilities. And most of our students, I can say, out of the if the 100 students till now have gone to do masters from my college, I can say 60% are in pure research domain. They continue in their own university, they do research, they do a PhD from there itself. And those who are interested in job definitely can move towards job. But more trend I can see these days is to pursue a masters, whereas there is also one more option if you don't want to do a master's, that is MTech in biomedical engineering, which is also provided by IIT Mumbai, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, I guess. And I think even some of the new IITs do have it. IIT Gandhinagar, I think, also has, I'm not very sure, but I think it would also have a bachelor's as well as a master's course for biomedical engineering. So outside, yes, definitely the market is huge. And again, as I said, in India, you would see many biomedical professionals. They may not be biomedical engineering graduates. Some of my some of the peers from my college, which were electronics and telecommunication pass outs, they started their journey from biomedical company, and now they are on top of their peak of their career in biomedical engineering domain without having a biomedical engineering degree. So it's also there. Computer engineering students, those who are interested in coding AI has tremendous scope in biomedical or in healthcare field, because with upcoming different technologies, uh, there are many applications in disease detection domain, in imaging domain, and as we talked about IoT, which is making healthcare better and everything. So all these applications are there. There is one more. Okay, I want to talk about one more point, but I'll keep it at the end. Maybe we can, if you have anything else to ask about.
This is really interesting. And a couple of things that I would say before letting others ask question, that having open mindedness, like when you spoke about that some kids feel little under their status to go and repair an MRI machine, probably, I don't know. So having open mindedness to start with, to learn hands on, just be ready and open to take up anything that comes in front of you, and then look out for your opportunities. One more thing I wanted to ask you, Purva, is that you said that R&D is not much available in India, but more so more so abroad. So product development, when we talk about, like you spoke about, say a pacer or something, whatever, or a prosthetic, probably. So a prosthetic limb, So if someone wants to go into product development, so then R&D and product development would go hand in hand. Then you are saying that that person needs to stick up to abroad. India has fewer opportunities.
Nowadays with the Make in India campaign, with so many startups coming up, we can see that change happening. Though there are no, so when I was talking about this, I was talking about the big companies, like there are some key players in the healthcare domain like Philips, Siemens, G. All these are the big names in this industry. Those, they do not have their R&D sections, or like the new, they do have their R&D branches, maybe just one office in Bangalore or in Goa, wherein they have their product development space. But more technological development does not happen in India. But nowadays, with the incubation centers, research that IITs are doing, and many universities in South, they're coming up with good, you know, uh, incubation programs and entrepreneurship drives. I can see many small companies, startups. Uh, they're starting and they are developing these avenues, and they do take even the students as the interns. And I can see this scenario changing. So though may not be on big scale, and there is one whole presumption that I'm talking about here right now, that every time what I'm talking right now is with respect to the kids that or the students that I'm currently teaching. But the talk that we are giving is for the homeschoolers, and their approach, their vision is actually going to be completely different. Because as I said, my students are comparing themselves with peers. And I don't think that problem will be there with the mindset of homeschooling or unschooling, everything that we all are doing. So I think we can get rid of that part currently. But yes, many startups are coming. There are small companies are forming. And there is a lot of happening actually taking place in the healthcare domain. But you need a lot of patience, perseverance in order to be in this field, and passion. If you don't have passion, if somebody is just after making a career in order to secure a good job, secure a healthy, or I'll not say healthy, but well paid job, and just that career aspect, it won't be sufficient. You will need that strong passion towards the field. Otherwise, you will not sustain.
And from what
Because
I get, from what I understand, that if you want to really go into product development, something, when you spoke about perseverance and all those things, it is also a part of being entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneurial
yes,
skills will be required
true.
for getting into product development.
That's true. That's true. And the knowledge base, the technical knowledge that you need you would definitely get that from the course. And nowadays, a good thing about not just biomedical engineering, in general, engineering colleges, uh, uh, AICT has introduced new subjects like supply chain, logistics, entrepreneurship, all these
Correct.
in last year of engineering. So that makes them ready, or at least gives them the basic push. Initially, when we did our engineering, it was only engineering. We did not have any management kind of subjects back then. But now, even finance, personal finance, all these things are incorporated in engineering syllabus itself. I'm not just talking about biomedical here, everything in general. I can see a
Yeah,
question that is biotech similar
we'll
to
open the
biomedical.
dais now. Whoever wants to ask question, please feel free.
Yes, definitely. So I have a question here, that is biotech similar to biomedical? So no, biotechnology is more of the chemical side, whereas biomedical is more of the instrumentation part of it. So tissue engineering, genetic engineering could be a part of biotechnology, whereas biomedical is more of the instrumentation part of it.
Okay.
That is the difference here.
Okay. Any more questions? You can ask whatever you want to. Do we have any questions?
So
I think you.
unfortunate thing that I told you that I wanted to add something, which is a sad truth, that because of the hype of AI technology and everybody going towards AI and data science,
Yeah.
at least I can say say about in Maharashtra, many a college are shutting down their biomedical engineering branches.
Oh.
So itself, even in past, biomedical engineering was available in very few colleges. So if I'm talking about in Mumbai, because my knowledge is limited to Mumbai in depth, I can say 5 to 6 colleges were there out of all the 80 engineering colleges that
Oh my
were
God.
providing this degree, which was Thadumal, Vatumal, Vidyalankar, DJ Sangvi, where I teach, MGM from Panvel, and there was one more college from Asangao, Yadavrao Tasgaon. Out of that, now only in 2 colleges this degree is still available.
My
Because
goodness.
of the high demand of computer engineering. So everybody wants to do computer engineering, And of course, colleges wants to run their businesses. So the whole shift is happening towards AI. Whereas from what we can know from this, whatever talk we have had, or even other topics, AI is not actually a core subject. It's an
Correct.
application oriented field. Computer engineering would be core, but AI is an application. You can do a lot in AI after studying biomedical engineering. So if you have
That's
a
right.
combination of biomed and AI, it's like, you have
You
sky
can do
as the limit.
wonders.
You can do wonders. But then it's a lack of awareness. It's students showing lack of interest, that at least in Mumbai University, I will say there are only two colleges that are now offering biomedical engineering degree. There is somebody at the door. I have to get
Sure,
it.
sure.
Just
No problem.
give me
No
2 minutes.
No problem.
Yes, I'm back. So sorry.
No problem. No problem. We totally understand.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Yes,
yeah,
sorry.
Purva, Ajay here. I just had one question. That isn't there scope for people to do their graduation in biomedical in India and then do post graduation abroad, right? I is that
Yes.
and a combination that can be effective?
That will be very effective. That is what is the trend. It used to be the trend for last so many years. But then again, as I'm saying, for at least Mumbai University, now the options are limited. But you never know, because trends keep on changing. Some colleges may open up the field again if there is more demand to this subject again. But yes, this is the best combination. Doing graduation studies in biomedical uh, in India, and then pursuing masters from abroad. And then again, you can
Okay.
choose wherein you want to do specialization in.
No, fair enough. Because I
Okay.
remember I myself was in bioinformatics
Okay.
21 years ago. Okay.
Oh, wow.
2001.
Wow.
And the only place I could work on bioinformatics was in TIFR, Tata Institute of
Yeah.
Fundamental Research. And at that time, I just did that work for a couple of years, but I used to see the trend. All of these guys would go for masters abroad, and they would do their graduation year. So I'm surprised to hear that biomedical colleges are shutting down, and it's a sad thing because I'm coming from the pharma industry, and I know exactly where all this application is, right? And
True.
and it's really difficult, right? If it's sad, actually. I would just share that, if colleges are shutting down because children are not opting it out. But yeah, the careers is not there in India, that is for sure, right?
Yes,
Most of the
that's
careers are abroad. So if someone wants to stay back in India, then this is not the field. But if someone is willing to go abroad or wants to go abroad and settle, this is the field. I can say, absolute opposite sides that way.
yes. That's true. That's true. However,
Okay.
it's not that there is no field here in India, because
No,
I
no.
see many of my students who are doing well. But as I said, it's a tough job. So you need to
Yeah, yeah.
have a lot of courage, passion,
Perseverance.
perseverance. True.
Perseverance is the key, because I think you have to study a lot. Even after a graduation, you need a post graduation for sure, or a
True.
master's. Sorry, I mean a PhD or a post
Yeah.
graduation, right? So one of the two is definitely needed, and to have that
Yes.
kind of patience to be able to start earning also and supporting families, it's not an easy call for children nowadays, right? So it's
Yes.
different. Okay, thank you. But Purva, I'm
Thank
happy,
you.
right? Thank you for sharing such great insights on the today world. And
Thank
I'm
you.
surprised everyone's going towards AI. We should find something at the opposite end, right? Because
Yeah.
they will be emptying all of that.
Yeah. Human intelligence is disappearing, only artificial is left.
I agree.
That's a
We
good
can't
one.
write
working-
letters now. We need chat GPT.
No,
Oh.
no. See, actually, yeah, that's the ironical side that will be, and maybe in another 6 years' time, right? 10 years' time, you will see the application of the human brain reduced substantially
I know.
because of all this
And
aspect,
on the
right?
contrary, we say
So,
that the more you use it, the more it develops. But we are not using it anymore.
no, why we need to use it? The new generation asks that, why you need it? You have a
True.
calculator, no? Why are you
Yeah.
wasting your time, man? That's how it is. Yeah. Okay.
Really, really valuable insights, Purva. And such a wonderful conversation. Can we take a couple of more questions? We have just last 7.5
Sure,
minutes
sure,
left.
definitely. Definitely.
So, any more questions? Please be quick, feel free. Or if there are no questions, then Purva, how do we sum it up? I mean, one takeaway for parents that you would like
No,
to
just
give.
one question more.
Sure, sure.
Purva,
Please go
just
ahead.
one more question.
Sure.
Is bioinformatics also an out branch coming out of this, or is it going on a separate track? Is bioinformatics a separate track altogether?
So bioinformatics was a part of is a part of biomedical engineering as an elective. So
As an
we
elective,
have a
okay.
track. Yeah, we have a track. If a person wants to go into that direction, then we have bioinformatics. We have DCOM as a subject, and there are a couple of more subjects. But
Okay.
I keep on saying it was because in my college itself we have shut down the branch. But yeah, it very much is a part of syllabus for
Fair
at
enough.
least the colleges where the branch is still there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That helps.
So to sum it up, I would say it is truly a multidisciplinary branch, and a person who has passion towards helping people, contributing to healthcare industry, and making impact in the society, because ultimately a biomedical engineer is the one who directly or indirectly helps in well-being of a person. So if you have that passion, but you do not want to literally go and treat the patients for some reason, this would be a good branch for you. And personally, my I would say a takeaway point for all the parents here is be aware of this branch and ask and demand for this branch to the colleges. Otherwise, all these 4 branches will very soon die. And you can be in this field even after doing instrumentation engineering or after doing computer engineering, but it will not be as valuable as a biomedical engineer would be. Or there would be so many things that you require to study, but your kid should study, but they would not. So the awareness has to be there, and we should spread the word, and maybe this branch would again
be
alive.
popular. Yes.
Be popular.
And then there will be more bigger packages. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows?
Absolutely.
And I am very much there in the group. So even in future, if anybody wants anything, any help, any doubt to be asked, resolved, anything about any engineering domain also, because very soon even I will be shifting towards AI and data science, unfortunately, because ultimately I have to earn my bread butter.
Correct.
So, but biomedical will always remain the passion. So that will never die.
No, thank you so much, Purva, for absolutely honest views, opinions, and true insights. This is what we needed. And thank you so much for giving us all that was required. Thank you.
Thank you. It was
And
my pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. I will soon share the recorded link. Okay, take care. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, good night.